Kids, I want to talk about the No Kings protest on Saturday. I went to my local No Kings protest. We set a record. We set a record just a few months ago of 825 people, which is the largest assembly ever in Citrus County. And we beat it. We beat it badly. We beat it. We had 1,250 people show up and show out for the No Kings rally. It was a beautiful event. Um, we got a lot of community support. The nice thing is, we didn't see a lot of resistance. Of course, there was the occasional person that flipped us off and or thumbs down or whatever. But for the most part, they were fewer and farther between than the first time. I dressed up like a monk myself, and I had a very large rosary with a very large crucifix on it. And my goal of wearing that outfit was to get one person to stop flipping me off. If one person saw my crucifix and my rosary and put their finger down, I I set that as my goal as success. And indeed, about an hour and 15 minutes into the protest, um, somebody did spot my crucifix and put their finger down. So I thought that that was a huge win, and I was happy with myself for wearing that costume. It wasn't the prettiest costume. It wasn't the most outstanding thing. Many people looked past it, but it had the impact I wanted it to have. It stopped one person from they retracted the bird. Um, so I thought that was special, and it was only one person that did. So it wasn't like it was amazing. I transformed Inverness or whatever. That's not true. But I did get one person to think twice. And to me, that's successful because I don't know if you've met the other side, but they're not the most thoughtful group of people. Um, just saying. That's been my experience. They're not very thoughtful. They're very reactionary and very emotional, but not thoughtful. Um, so then the sun just we had full sun on Saturday. It had just dragged me. I went right to sleep after I got home, and I slept all day and all night, and I felt miserable on Sunday. Um, gastro, gas, gastro distress. It was a horrible day. I'm still in gastric distress today. Actually, it's Tuesday. So I haven't been feeling my best this week. But I was really proud of everybody that showed up for No Kings. Then I found out while I was sick that Donald Trump posted some video of him in a fighter jet dropping poop on people, dropping poop on the protesters, the the No Kings protesters. And he put as his first drop Harry Sisson. I don't know if you've heard of Harry Sisson. He's this little twink looking boy that does a lot of left wing talking. Um, he got kind of famous during um, uh, the conventions, the political conventions last year, interviewing people and stuff like that. But I thought it was interesting that Trump chose him to drop the first piece of shit on, because he's really not. He's he's known in left wing circles, but he's not super well known. I don't think. So I thought it was a strange choice. I don't know. maybe Trump likes little boys. And Harry looks, I mean, he's a man, but he looks like a little boy. And, good for him. I hope he plays it for all it's worth because there's a market out there for that. I'm just not in the market for it. I don't do kids or people that look like kids. Just, ugh, ugh, yuck. Haven't done that since I was a child. And even then, I liked older. So, anyhow, but what a strange thing for a president of the United States to do, make a cartoon shitting on the people of the United States. I couldn't imagine Ronald Reagan doing anything like that. I couldn't imagine the response he would have got if he had done that. They would have thrown him out of, they would have thrown his ass right out of office. I can't imagine Jimmy Carter doing that. I can't even imagine Nixon doing that. Nixon's getting closer to who I thought may be able to do that, but I couldn't imagine Nixon doing it either. Then we have this new thing I just read today. Trump wants the Department of Justice to pay him $230 million for investigating him. So he's basically suing himself, and he's just basically taking taxpayer money. He just wants his lackeys, his little fucking cult, to just hand over 230 million American taxpayer dollars for absolutely no reason because he's a criminal? I so don't get that. I don't know how that's going to work. But we'll watch and see. And you know what? Magic Mike Johnson and all the rest of these little cocksuckers that are out there kissing his ass are going to be running out to the cameras like, oh, we've got to pay Trump $230 million. You know, he's suffered so much, blah, 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 blah. Trump's suffered nothing, ever. Suffered nothing. He doesn't deserve $230 million, not a penny of it. Not a penny. And if he's going to steal taxpayer money, then America needs to wake the fuck up and throw him out of office. Physically, if necessary. I'm not kidding. No one should just be stealing taxpayer money, particularly Donald Trump, because he's a criminal. He's a felon. And he just wants to steal taxpayer money? $230 million? For what? That's insanity. Absolute insanity. Now, speaking of insanity, I'm insane. Noticed? Sometimes I get away with it. Sometimes I don't. Anyhow, I'm actually doing pretty well. The No Kings protest really helps. Those protests really help to get out some of the energy and discomfort of living in this hellhole of a country right now. Because this country right now, not when I grew up, right now is a hellhole. And if you don't think it's a hellhole, you need to have your mind examined. You need to really wake up and see what's going on. It's atrocious. It's absolutely atrocious. This is not the America I grew up in. This is some sort of right-wing lunatic fantasy of with some old guy that has dementia and mental illness running the country into the ground because he thinks tariffs? And he can't even make his mind out about what the tariffs should be doing or how they should be doing or how much they should be. He can't even make up his mind. Isn't that strange? I mean, most presidents seem to have a handle on the job when they get there. And if not, they tread very carefully. Donald Trump's not treading carefully at all. He's like a bull in a china shop. And he's just destroying things for the sake of destroying things because he wants ultimate power and he wants to be worshiped like a god. He literally said that he wants to be worshiped like a god. It's sick. It's really sick. He's not a god. He shouldn't be worshiped for anything. He should be thrown out because he's incompetent. And everybody he's hired is incompetent. It's like watching the Keystone Cops. It's absolutely ridiculous. And if he thinks we're all going to be afraid, I got news for you. I'm not afraid. What are you going to do to me? I'm old. I've lived my life. Are you going to pick me up and kill me in my front yard? Are you going to kill me in my living room? Are you going to take me down to Alligator Alcatraz and let me sweat it out with the mosquitoes? Are you going to send me to El Salvador or Africa or somewhere else where I can die in a concentration camp? And what basis are you going to do that? Because I disagree with you? Seriously? I'm an American citizen. I'm allowed to disagree with everyone. And oftentimes I do. So, that's my weekly update. My mind is fine. I'm not riddled with anxiety right now. I'm holding it together. But these constant threats, they're getting old. And because you're not doing anything about it, because you can't. Because all these people that you're hiring for ICE are these big fat slobs that can't get out of their own way. They can't chase down anybody. They can't catch anybody. So unless you run right into them, they're absolutely useless. I read a nice big article about your big fat slob problem at ICE. The people that are signing up to do the job are these big fat guys that can't exercise and can't pass level 1 fitness requirements. So good luck with that. Because you know what? I know one thing about immigrants is they can be fast. If they need to be, they can run. And if you got big fat slobs chasing them, they're free. So better luck next time, Mr. Trump. Have a nice week.